India's secularism has always been different from the Western idea of separating religion and state. It's a secularism built on diversity, where people of all faiths coexist. Different leaders have interpreted secularism in their own way, leaving a deep impact on the nation. Today, we will explore how Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, and Narendra Modi shaped India's secularism. What were their visions? What challenges did they face? And where do we stand today? Let's dive into this fascinating journey of India's secular identity. Nehru's vision of secularism. After independence in 1947, Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first Prime Minister, laid the foundation for modern India. Nehru believed in a secular state where all religions were respected equally. For him, secularism wasn't about erasing religion, it was about keeping it out of politics and government policies. India had just come out of the horrors of partition, where millions were killed in communal riots between Hindus and Muslims. Nehru wanted to heal these wounds. He often said that India's strength lay in its unity in diversity. Under Nehru's leadership, India focused on equality before the law. The constitution guaranteed religious freedom to all citizens. Reforms in personal laws. While Hindu laws were modernized, like allowing women to inherit property, changes to Muslim personal laws were avoided to respect their community's wishes. Education and science. Nehru emphasized secular education, steering clear of religious bias. But Nehru's secularism wasn't perfect. Critics argued that his policies sometimes leaned towards appeasement. For instance, while Hindu traditions were reformed, similar changes weren't made for other communities, leading to accusations of favoritism. Despite this, Nehru laid a strong foundation for secularism, setting the tone for India's identity as a diverse, inclusive nation. Indira Gandhi and the emergency. Indira Gandhi, Nehru's daughter, took a different approach. While she initially followed her father's footsteps, her tenure as Prime Minister marked a dramatic shift. During the 1970s, Indira introduced the word secular into the Constitution's preamble through the 42nd Amendment during the emergency. Why add secular to the Constitution? Indira claimed that adding the word would reaffirm India's commitment to being a secular state, but critics argued that it was more of a political move to solidify her power during the emergency, when democratic processes were suspended. Policies and criticism. Sikh separatism. Indira faced rising tensions in Punjab, especially with the Khalistan movement. Her controversial military operation at the Golden Temple in 1984, called Operation Blue Star, alienated Sikhs and led to her assassination. Appeasement versus secularism. While she declared India secular, critics accused her of playing vote bank politics by appealing to specific religious groups. Indira's version of secularism was more symbolic and, at times, opportunistic. While she cemented the word in the constitution, her actions often contradicted its principles, making her tenure a controversial chapter in India's secular history. Narendra Modi and cultural nationalism. Fast forward to today, Narendra Modi, India's current Prime Minister, represents a new era in Indian politics. Modi's leadership under the BJP has sparked debates on whether India is moving away from Nehru's secularism towards a model of cultural nationalism. Modi has focused on emphasizing India's Hindu heritage, promoting projects like the reconstruction of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya and celebrating ancient Indian culture. His government argues that this isn't against secularism, but about reclaiming India's identity after centuries of colonial rule. Policies and criticism. Citizenship Amendment Act, CAA. Critics say this law discriminates against Muslims, as it fast-tracks citizenship for persecuted minorities except Muslims. Religious polarization. Opponents claim that policies under Modi's government often favor the Hindu majority, alienating minorities. Global perception. Modi has also faced international scrutiny over rising religious tensions in India. Supporters' argument. Supporters argue that Modi's vision is not anti-secular but a pushback against decades of appeasement politics. They say his focus is on creating a balanced society where everyone has equal opportunities regardless of religion. Analysis. The evolution of secularism. India's secularism has evolved through these leaders, reflecting the challenges and priorities of their times. Nehru envisioned a harmonious, inclusive society but struggled to address communal tensions. Indira institutionalized secularism in the constitution but often used it as a political tool. Modi has redefined secularism in the context of cultural pride but not without controversy. Each leader's approach reflects their era's unique challenges, showing how secularism in India is not static but a dynamic concept shaped by history and politics. Conclusion. So, where does India stand today? Secularism in India is unlike any other. It's deeply tied to our diversity, history, and resilience. While leaders like Nehru, Indira, and Modi have interpreted it differently, the essence of secularism remains the same, respecting all faiths while building a united, prosperous nation. What do you think about India's secularism? Should it stay the way it is or does it need a new direction? Let us know in the comments.